Applying to business school in itself is a very stressful process. It's also very nerve-wracking. You're already at a point in your career where you're questioning a lot of things. And at that time, if you have someone who can believe in you, but at the same time not be scared to ask difficult questions and challenge you if you're not setting the right expectation for yourself, I think that's really valuable.
We had a different approach for each school, and each of those approaches were really tailored to the certain things that each school and each admissions office at each school was going to look for. Knowing that certain schools liked to hear you talk about yourself a lot, whereas other schools just wanted to hear you talk about your goals, really helped drive my application process and my essay writing in a way that got me the best essays I could write for each of those schools.
Personal MBA Coach really helped me understand that every experience can be highlighted and told in a way that is amazing, because regardless of the background you're coming with, you have a story to tell. And I think working with this team just helps bring that out.
The reason that I decided to choose Personal MBA Coach was because it felt like I was working with a real person who actually cared about me and how I was doing, rather than working with kind of part of a large faceless machine. So I think the personable aspect of Personal MBA Coach is definitely the main reason why I chose to work with them.
To be my authentic self, I think that was definitely a big one. Sometimes as you edit the essays and try and really bring out a story, sometimes you lose yourself within that story. And so, Personal MBA Coach constantly reminded me to be my authentic self. And I found that super helpful.
Probably the dedication, like to my individual application, getting that kind of really dedicated, day and night and on the weekend as well, that kind of attention, I think that was extremely important.
Definitely would recommend. When you're applying to an MBA program, there's a lot of hearsay. And I think even, speaking with anyone who has gone through the process before once, they're just a single data point. Whereas Personal MBA Coach has helped so many people get into schools that they're excited about. And I think having that knowledge is going to be so instrumental.
I really think that the money, it's worth it. You might have to pay a little bit more, but they're willing to get you to where you need to be professionally and personally, so you can, put your best foot forward. And that's what's important, because if you're investing all this time and your GMAT, getting your recommenders out there and all these things, you don't want to cut any corners.
I got into HBS, which is where I ended up going. I also got to UCLA Anderson as well as McCombs.
I accepted a place at Wharton, and I will be moving there in 3 days.
I was able to get into University of Michigan Ross School of Business, and so I'll be starting there in the fall. I'm super excited.
So I got into my top choice. I wanted to go to Kellogg School of Management, and I'm currently a second-year student there. So I was super happy.
So at the end of the day, I applied to 6 schools, got positive results from 4, and eventually ended up getting admitted to and signing up with my top choice, actually.
We decided to apply to 3 schools during round 3. So Yale, MIT, and Wharton. I was able to get interviews with all 3 schools. Eventually, I got an offer from Wharton. So yeah, I'll be going in a month.
I got into Tuck, Fuqua, Stern, and the news that I just got today is that I got into Ross. Yeah, got into 4 of the 5 schools that I applied to, so pretty excited about that.
I applied to Cornell University for a master's in real estate. My background is real estate, so I've always wanted to pursue a master's in real estate, and I got it.